I think as an entrepreneur, you got to find some way of overcoming that. And for me, that's really become my superpower, whether it's getting events done, whether it's getting people into the program. It's just the tenacity, not willing to quit, having a large enough vision of where we can go.
Welcome back to For Entrepreneurs by Entrepreneurs. I'm Eric Verdi, episode 26. With us this week is Dave Woodward. He's a partner. He's CEO of Clickfunnels. I am a huge fan of Clickfunnels, Russell Brunson. I've been with him for about 2 years. So it's an automated, all-in-one software. Comes to you with a lead landing page, but it's so much more than that. I'm sure Dave's going to go into that in this interview. And I have told anybody and everybody about a year and a half ago, I went through the One Funnel Away challenge. And I'm a marketing guy. I've read 50, 60, 80 marketing books. The value that I got out of the One Funnel Away challenge and Steve Larson, what he did in that challenge at 30 days, just opened up my mind, like a different mindset of marketing, branding, business building. I know that's a long intro, Dave. Dave, welcome to For Entrepreneurs by Entrepreneurs.
It's my pleasure. I'm excited. This will be fun.
So give us your background, man. Like, how did you get started with Russell and ClickFunnels? And give us a background.
I've known Russell for, probably the last 12 years. I actually had my own marketing agency at the time when we first met. He was doing an event, and I was one of the attendees at the event. He ended up basically saying, hey, if you guys would like to get to know me a little bit better, go ahead, go to the back of the room, sign up for breakfast or lunch, dinner, take me out to dinner, and we can just sit and chat. Like, fantastic. So I learned a long time ago, I'd much rather buy my way in than work my way in. So I went back and signed up for every breakfast, lunch, and dinner he had for the entire weekend. And we hit off a great friendship, and we've been friends for over a decade now. When Clickfunnels came around, he invited me in to be a partner, and we've just had it. Again, he's by far one of the very best marketing minds in the world. I've never known anyone who thinks like he thinks. He's always innovative. But beyond that, he's the most caring guy. He's got a huge heart. We started ClickFunnels with the whole idea of continue to give back to other people as well. And that's who Russell is.
That's awesome. Now, did you come from a corporate background, or were you, what background do you have before ClickFunnels?
I basically am unemployable. I don't think anyone would ever hire me. I started off pre-med, accepted medical school, chose not to go, started getting a master's in physical therapy, decided I didn't want to do that, and got involved in employee benefits. Started our own agency. I ended up taking, with a business partner, I took it out to California from Austin, Texas. We sold that, and I've been entrepreneur ever since. It's just all I know.
Awesome. So obviously, Russell, have you read Rocket Fuel, the book Rocket Fuel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Russell's probably the visionary. He's probably scattered all over the place, right?
He is an amazing visionary. Between he and Todd, the two of them both have skill sets that are unique, totally unique in and of their own. Okay,
so you run the business side of ClickFunnels, is that correct?
I do.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what's your superpower, man? What's one thing, Dave, that you're really, really good at?
I get stuff done. Okay. I think that's the main thing is I don't take no for an answer very well. I've always, I think as an entrepreneur, you're in a situation to where there are certain things you just have to be able to find a way of working through. And for me, having my own companies in the past, buying, selling them, I think the biggest struggle you have is you get told no all the time. And I think as an entrepreneur, you got to find some way of overcoming that. And for me, that's really become my superpower, whether it's getting events done, whether it's getting people into the program. It's just the tenacity, not willing to quit, having a large enough vision of where we can go, and realizing we may not get there as fast as I want to, but I'll never stop.
That's awesome. So I see you've got Steve Jobs behind you. He's the ultimate entrepreneur. I've got a quote of Steve Jobs behind me. So it's pretty cool, man. I think we both kind of aspire to help people and to give back. I think when, you mentioned in the first question, Russell and ClickFunnels' heart, I think once you get to a certain point in life that there's ways to give back. So I imagine that's part of what you guys do and what drives you.
It definitely is. I think the key to it is, I think too often people wait too long to give back. I think you have to give back along the way. When we we started ClickFunnels, the very first decision we made, a dear friend of ours, Stu McLaren, his wife, Amy, at the time had a company called, well, it's right now, it's called Village Impact. It was World Teacher Aid at the time, where we donate $1 for every single funnel that gets published, and that is donated to Village Impact. They then build schools and communities in Kenya. And we've had the opportunity of going over there, seeing some of the schools that have been built. Again, it wasn't something where we decided after we hit $100 million, we'll start then. It literally was from day one. And so it's hard. It's hard to give back when you don't have a whole bunch of cash.
Right.
But at the same time, that's what matters most.
That's awesome.
If you're not willing to give now, you won't give later.
Yeah, and I kind of think that, and this is like a Gary Vee quote, or one of, an entrepreneur quote is, like if you're an asshole without money, you're going to be an asshole with money. Like if you give back and
absolutely,
and you're giving back when you're making that growth, you can even have a greater impact. It's funny that you use the word impact. I'm a co-founder of Impact Club here in Frederick, and as of this recording, our 15th event is tomorrow, locally here in my town.
Oh,
we were giving back over $400,000 in 3.5 years.
That's awesome.
So you've been with Russell for 10, 11 years, 12 years. What is the next evolution of ClickFunnels? Like, I know you guys are always building, you're always adding on, you're always acquiring other companies. You have the funnel scripts, you have everything. Like, what's the next evolution? Like, where do you see ClickFunnels in 3 and 5 and 10 years?
For us, the primary focus is building a platform that can scale with the entrepreneur. And that's really our primary opportunity. Literally today, we're just launching a program with Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, mastermind.com. It's a software tool that actually will be a front end for ClickFunnels as well, but allows people we've got a 5-day challenge that starts next week. And the whole idea behind that is to be able to get people to start testing and using it and playing with it, with that software that leads into ClickFunnels. Our whole goal is to find other types of, as we continue to enhance the user experience with ClickFunnels, there are certain things that we're going to be super, super good at as far as building the funnels, the marketing automation. There's other types of software. You mentioned, take for example, Anthony Morrison with Webinar Fuel. We recently did a deal with him. Automated webinars, where we're then adding other pieces and software that other people do really well with, bolting them onto the platform to make it as bulletproof as we possibly can to allow the small to middle-sized business entrepreneur to be able to scale and build their businesses all on one platform.
So how hard has it been starting a SaaS company?
It's one of those things that if I knew how hard it was, I probably wouldn't have done it. Going through it, though, it's been the best learning experience I've ever had. From a business standpoint, you learn so much with software and technology. I think the hardest part is when you first get started in any software company, you can kind of just will it into existence. Mm-hmm. The hard part is keeping it into existence. And it's the continual dev, it's the continual upgrades, the continual improvement. At the same time, one of the great benefits of SaaS revenue is it's monthly recurring, right, which allows you the opportunity of doing it. I come across people all the time who are trying to build software and it's lifetime access. I'm like, you will never be able to sustain that lifetime. It was one of the main things we looked at when we first started. We ended up doing a year's worth of ClickFunnels. It's now six months worth of ClickFunnels. But you have to get that monthly continuity income coming in to be able to build and develop and to scale it if you want it to be something that's going to last. So yeah, there's a lot of learning curve, but it was fun.
So when you're looking to grow, are you looking to solve problems of
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurs? Like, where are the pain points that because I mean, honestly, I've got ClickFunnels and I probably use 7% of what the overall software can do. When you're looking to grow and scale, like what are you trying to solve?
I think the first thing for us, even when we built the software, it was to solve our own pain. And we are the number one user of ClickFunnels. Right. And so we're always looking as far as what's the next thing we need. So for us, as we've gone and scaled and built a company, the one main thing we're seeing is the importance of webinars and auto webinars. For us, again, building a bootstrapped company as far as a software company, we actually built that on the backbone of a webinar. Okay. And so that was a logical thing for us to add. Marketing automation tools. When we first started, it was just email because that's all people really had 5 years ago. Then it became text, and we started adding text, and now it's Messenger. We're adding Messenger, and now it's desktop push notifications. And so you've got to be able to communicate with people how they desire to be communicated with, and not everyone is through email. So we're looking at those types of things. The other real big opportunities for us as we look at growing and scaling is what are the other things that a small to middle-sized business owner needs to be successful? And the main thing is going to be the ability to communicate with their clients wherever they're at. In addition, the primary reason people use ClickFunnels, it's either to sell something online or to generate a lead online. So when we first started, it was primarily just selling online. Now we've got a lot, again, during this whole COVID thing, we've got gym owners and real estate agents and dentists and doctors and a whole bunch of other people who are now going, I need to be able to generate leads much faster. And so we're seeing lead generation is one of the main opportunities that a lot of people are using ClickFunnels for. So with that, then what are the other things they need after they have that lead generation? Is it a merchant account? Is it an autoresponder? What are the other things they need to do to communicate and to nurture that lead? And so those tools and resources we look at.
Awesome. So what's your typical day look like, man? Are you getting up at 4:30 working out? Like, what's your typical day look like, Dave?
I can tell you that working out is a necessity for me. So Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, it's at the gym by 6. At the same time, I really want to spend more time focusing on. I don't believe in balance as a business owner. You're always out of balance. Mm-hmm. And yet at the same time, I think there's certain things you have to make sure you don't lose sight of. And for me, it's always family. And so for me, my day, I'm typically here at the office by 8 o'clock. I rarely leave before 6. But when I go home, I really try to shut the office off. I try to be as present as I possibly can be with my family. And then before typically 8, 9 o'clock, it's scanning through Slack, scanning through emails, any urgent fires that need to be put out before I go to bed, and then hit it the next day.
Awesome. And so you are in Boise. Is that where you live now? And where are you from originally?
San Diego.
Okay. That's quite a change, huh? San Diego to Boise.
It was a big sale.
I bet it was. Dave, any final nuggets? Like, how do listeners, viewers, if they don't have ClickFunnels, I mean, if you're an entrepreneur and you haven't heard of ClickFunnels, you're probably living under a rock. But how, what challenge, what do you guys have promoting now? Because I know ClickFunnels is always running different promotions, always doing different challenges.
Honestly, I can tell you, obviously you want to find out more about ClickFunnels, go to clickfunnels.com. But I can tell you, for people, it's fun for us when I take a look at really scaling and growing businesses. You've been mentioned as far as the books. I'm a huge advocate of all 3 of Russell's books. You can go to Secrets Trilogy, secretstrilogy.com. You can get any one of the 3 books. There's .com Secrets, teaches you how to actually build funnels. Expert Secrets teaches you exactly what to say, how to actually build a community, a culture, people who want to follow you. And Traffic Secrets.
Yep.
The newest one, New York Times bestseller. I'm super excited about. We just got that last week. But a New York Times bestselling book about how to actually drive traffic.
And I can tell listeners, viewers, if you're looking, that you're watching this, Expert Secrets is, I've gone through here, highlighted. I've got notes. Like, this is actually, obviously the goal of Russell when he writes another book is to get new members into ClickFunnels. I mean, we all know that's the progression. But just from a marketing business standpoint, I put this up here. This is one of the top 5 to 7 books that I've read, marketing Expert Secrets. Like, if you haven't read Expert Secrets and you're in business, make sure you check it out.
Totally agree.
Dave, thank you so much. I know you're a busy man being the CEO and partner at ClickFunnels, so I appreciate your time today.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Episode 26 for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. Dave Woodward, CEO and partner of ClickFunnels, and we are out.